Hello everybody. Today we are going to take a look at the famous Seiko SARB033 and SARB035 here. This is the SARB017 or the Seiko Alpinist. So all these three SARBs have been recently discontinued by Seiko. So we're going to take a look at these two for this video, and we'll look at this Seiko Alpinist in the next video. So if you're interested in looking at this Seiko Alpinist, I suggest that you please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out the video. So let's go ahead with the two SARBs here. Alright, okay, this is the SARB035 that I bought for my wife earlier this year. Okay, and then this one, this SARB033 has been lent in to me by my good buddy, Je Sen. Shout out to him. So before we go right into the watches, let's take a quick look on the box that this SARB came with. Just put this to a side. Alright, this is the box. So since the SARB 035 and 033, they are GDM, Japan domestic model, I couldn't find it in the local store here, so I had to order it online. So this is the box that it came with. Okay, let's take a quick look inside. Alright, so this is your Seiko instruction manual, and I think that's the warranty card, as well. But as you can see, the guarantee is only valid in Japan because these SARB are meant to be GDM models. So this is a cardboard box. It's grey in color, and inside, well, it's a bit messy here. Okay, this is the beige color watch cushion that it came with. These are the end links for the and the spring bars that I removed, and this is the hang tag for the watch. So SARB035, so it's caliber 6R15, rated accuracy of plus 25 to minus 15 seconds per day. So it's retailed for 45,000 yen. I think this means plus tax, I'm not sure. Okay, so since this watch, this SARB035 is a watch that I bought for my wife, I straight away removed the bracelet when I received the watch because I wanted to make it more casual or more feminine for my wife. So as you can see, the bracelet is still wrapped in plastic. We'll take a more detailed look on the bracelet itself on the SARB035 from Je Sen. So that's it for the box, so we'll just go right back to the watch. Alright, we're back to our usual perspective, so let's dive right into the watches. Okay, this is the SARB035 that I bought for my wife earlier this year. So let's get into the spec of the watch. The case diameter, it's 38 millimeters. The thickness I measured to be 11.5 millimeters. The lug to lug tip means that from here to here, the two ends, it's 44.5 millimeters. The lug width, it's 20 millimeter. Let's go into the SARB033 for a while to go right into the original bracelet. So I'll move this Seiko Alpinist aside. Okay. So the steel bracelet, the included steel bracelet is it's 20 millimeters, of course, according to the lug width. So the entire steel bracelet, all the links are brushed. The sides are polished. They are the usual pressure pin links. It came with the solid end links, and the clasp is a solid mill or machine clasp with the deployment buckle, and then with the Seiko sign there. The clasp is brushed here as well, and the case itself on this SARB, maybe let's take a look at the white one so that it doesn't reflect that much. The case, it's very interesting for this SARB033 and 035. It has a highly polished bezel, but on the top there's sort of like a layered design. As you can see here, the top layer is brushed, and then it looks like, it seems like it's sitting on a polished layer, but it's actually just a step. But in a way, it looks like a layered design. So the bottom layer is highly polished, the sides are polished. Okay, it has a sign crown. From the side profile, is actually quite interesting because not only that the top looks like it's a layered design, but the way the case arches, you know, it makes it fit the wrist even better, especially on a small wrist. And it also makes the watch look slimmer than it is because of the sort of like the hidden case back design. The case itself, the build of the case itself, if you were to handle it in the metal, it definitely feels very, very high quality. It's unlike your typical Seiko kind of a build. You know, everything is it's very well thought out, even from the layered design. You can see that the layer, the edges, all are very well defined, up to the curve or the arc of the case. Everything looks very, very high quality. So as I mentioned just now, the crown is signed. It's not screw down. Okay, but this watch is rated to be 100 meters water resistant. It has a flat sapphire crystal, but there is no anti-reflective coating. So this is definitely an upgrade from the regular Seiko that uses Hardlex mineral crystal. Alright, let's talk a little bit on the face of the watch. On this SARB035, the dial, it's not actually white in color. It's sort of like creamy white, or I would say ivory. And as you can see, all the hour markers, they are applied, and the 12 o'clock marker is a bit wider. That definitely helps in identifying the 12 o'clock position. The hand, the hour and minute hands, let me just move this aside. So the hour and minute hands, they are sort of like a sword-like design, and they are highly polished, and they are filled with lume at the center. Of course, it's Seiko proprietary Lumibright, and there are also looms all over on the hour markers. I'm not sure whether you can see. All right. The second hand is quite special because there's a diamond shape counterbalance at the back. The Seiko logo is applied. Automatic and 23 jewels are printed. The date, it has a frame, a highly polished frame as well. Let's take a look at the SARB033. So the design, the dial layout is actually similar for both this SARB033 and 035. From the hour markers to the hands to the window frame, everything is the same. Of course, for the black dial version, the date wheel is black. This is definitely a plus because it makes the date look well blended into the dial of the watch. Let's take a look at the two dials side by side. So this is the SARB035 with the creamy dial, and this is the SARB033 with the black dial. In terms of case design, both of them share the same case design. Everything's the same, from the crown to the layered case. Everything is exactly the same. Okay, let's go to the back of the watch. The back is an open case back, so you can see the 6R15 movement running inside there. So as I mentioned just now earlier in the box when we look at the box, it's rated accuracy of plus 25 to minus 15 seconds per day. So this is definitely the sort of like so-called highly praised movement, because a lot of Seiko fans out there, they would say that the 6R is actually a much better movement, especially when compared to the 4R movement, because it has a higher power reserve of 50 hours due to the so-called proprietary material used in the mainspring that is called SPRON 510. So that gives it an extra maybe 10 hours of power reserve. And other than that, I think the 6R, the 4R, they are both based on the Workhorse 7S26 movement. So it beats at 21,600 beats per hour. As you can see, the roto is signed. It's a typical printed Seiko logo, nothing special. And on the case back, it's made in Japan. It's stated made in Japan. DiaShock. DiaShock is Seiko's technology for shock protection in the balance wheel. Okay, here I'm going to talk about something that bugs me a little bit on the 6R movement. After having three SARBs in my hands, the SARB033, 035, and the SARB017, the Seiko Alpinist, all these three watches, they have the 6R movement. One of my major complaint is the 6R movement tends to be a little bit noisier when the roto is moving around. I'm not sure I can show that in the video, but I'll just try. I'm not sure if you can hear that. There is sort of like a high pitch ringing noise when the roto is moving. It's the same for all the three watches. Let's try to show this on the 033. So beside the wobbling sound of the roto, there's sort of like a high-pitched ticking sound. It's the same for the Alpinist. Let me just hold the bracelet properly so that the bracelet won't jingle around. Okay, because the SARB actually has the solid case back, so I'm not sure if it's this steel case back is actually amplifying the high pitch noise. But yes, my complaints on the 6R movement, although it is a much praised movement by a lot of people, but it tends to be a little bit louder. I have watches with a 4R movement, like my Seiko Mini Turtle or my Seiko Presage Sakura Fubuki, which I'll be reviewing soon. It comes both of the watches come with the 4R movement, and I did some comparison. They are not as loud as the 6R. Of course, there's no sort of like high pitch sound from that movement. So initially, I thought that it is actually a problem on this piece, because I got this for my wife earlier this year, so I thought that there was a problem. But after comparing the SARB035 and the Seiko Alpinist, I can more or less confirm that that sound is I would say normal for 6R15. I'm not sure, but that sound sorts of bugs me a little bit, because let's say if you're wearing the watch and let's say in your office or in library or in somewhere quiet, and you happen to move your wrist, the high pitch sound sort of like it really sounds a little bit loud. Okay, so I've mentioned just now that I bought this for my wife, so I removed the bracelet when I first received the watch, because I want to make it more casual and more feminine friendly for my wife. So I also threw in a couple of quick release leather band for her so that she can swap around when she's, you know, in the mood for different colors. So this is a generic red leather that I got online from eBay. So I couldn't remember the name of the maker or the seller. And I also have a white leather also with a quick release. So with the white leather, this entire watch will look very, very nice and classy, as you can see. Right, it looks yeah. And also I have a cyan or turquoise color that also looks very nice. Right, so actually my wife's love this color the most, I believe. And I also gave her a pink needle strap. This one is a generic needle strap I bought from I think it's cheapest needle strap. Right. So, and I also threw in those couple of quick release spring bars so that when she wants to change to a needle, she can actually do it with ease without any tool, because she's definitely not a watch person. But yep. So by doing this, it helps her play around with the watch a bit. Alright, let's go back to the SARB033 for a while. Comparing the two, definitely the black dial SARB033, it's a lot classier. So why didn't I buy this for my wife and bought this? Of course, as I mentioned, I wanted the watch to look a little bit more feminine. So I believe the black dial, it's a little too dressy or too formal for her. Also with the playful color leather bands that I've bundled together for her, I don't think they will look that matching on a black dial, because the black dial watch usually is a little bit more classier. So when you put in, like, you know, fancy colors, it sometimes it wouldn't match that well. Let's try, you see. Let's say if this is a, you know, I'm not sure. It looks yeah, because this leather band is the color is very bright and it's a very light blue, so it doesn't match it that well, you know, if you compare it to a white dial watch. The same goes for, let's say for example, the pink needle strap. I'm not sure whether this will work, but to me it definitely feels more matching on the white dial SARB035. Time to wrap up this video, so I'm just gonna give my quick thoughts on the SARBs, the two SARB watches. To me, the SARB033 and 035, they are really amazing for their price, especially when you look at the build quality and the movement that you're getting. Of course, with Seiko discontinuing these two SARBs, including the Seiko Alpinist, the price for all these pieces have shot up tremendously. But if you look at the original price to the watch that you're definitely getting a lot of watch for the money, as most people would say, because everything here is top notch, from the dial layout to the finishing to the build quality to the movement. Everything is I would say it's the best you can get for that price. Alright, that's it for this video. So if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There'll be more watches reviews coming soon. And also please don't forget to follow me on my Instagram, gfw_watch. And yep, just to let you guys know, a video for this is coming soon, so please subscribe to my channel. It does help me a lot. That's it for now. Thank you. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye. I forgot to show a wrist shot on the SARB, so let's pull a quick one here. This is the SARB033 that I on loan from Je Sen. So this is how it looks on my 6-inch diameter wrist. Because of the short lug to lug, it definitely looks very well fitting on my small wrist. And the metal bracelet definitely makes it feel a little classier, in my opinion. Let's take a look at the SARB035. Alright, this is a SARB035 on my 6-inch wrist. This is with the red leather strap that I gave to my wife. See, it looks very fitting on small wrists, and I believe it will fit bigger wrists as well. But it's definitely an advantage for, you know, Seiko keeping to a smaller diameter and a shorter lug to lug. It definitely fits a lot more wrists than the so-called current hype on giant watches. Alright, that's it. Bye bye.